A warm welcome to all of you, and here I am to introduce you and to my sweet guest today. So, firstly, a warm welcome to all of you to this live show on insights on tarot card reading and healing in all aspects of life. Let me introduce myself. My name is Supreeti. I am a tarot card reader and a healer, and here I am to welcome you all to my sweet guest today, Mrs. Anuradha Kapoor. Mrs. Anuradha Kapoor is a professional on a journal manager role with a renowned organization in Bangalore. She's a Pranic healer, she's a Reiki practitioner, and also a tarot reader and a tarot healer. So now I will ask Miss Anuradha to have a word with the viewers, and please share some thoughts. And I will also ask few questions because this is the live show. So I will ask certain questions. Just introduce Miss Anuradha yourself to the viewers. Welcome to this show.
Thank you, Supreeti, for giving already a short introduction of myself. Welcome all of you. And it's a beautiful journey where definitely that this discussion which we are expected to have now will help all of you. You will be all surprised at the end of the discussion, which will help you to change every aspect of your life, the way you think, in terms of your career, in terms of your finances, in terms of your relationship, health, spirituality. So I'm sure as this discussion goes, you will all be really benefited. And I'm very glad, the Supriti, that I'm here on this interview discussion panel with you today and giving this opportunity to me to share my journey and the benefits which all audience actually can gain out of this. Thank you, Supriti.
Yeah. Welcome you again, Miss Anuradha. So, just as a curiosity, I want to know, like as a pranic healer, you have spent around a decade of your lifetime, and how has been the journey through? Also, like if you could share any experiences which still cherishes you, so please let us know that, and to all the viewers.
Yeah, sure. So there are so many experiences I have that has actually taken place in my life, but I would like to relate only one and two which are very important, whereby I feel others will be motivated and get benefit out of this. So one thing has been that my practice of doing my twin hearts meditation every day, where this meditation is you are blessing the mother earth, and we get entitled of letting our own things also being manifesting, and also the kind of the energy and the vibes around you and your place change. So I have seen as a meditator every day when I do this, I have so many questions in my mind that keep bombarding, but I get answers of them when I'm sitting and doing my meditation. Many people have a wrong notion when you have to do a meditation for 20 minutes, you have to be blank. Not really. It is very common for any person that you will have thoughts that will keep coming to your mind. But then at the same time, the beauty of this meditation is gradually as we start doing, we evolve as a person where you will get your answers. So it is that is the beautiful twin hearts meditation of pranic healing that I do. Second is something very personal, but I'm going to share with all of you. So I am a cancer survivor.
Oh.
So I was diagnosed with cancer, and during that moment I working for in the hospital myself. I see how the oncology patients go through. So I had to go through almost 6 cycles of chemotherapies, because it's a very harsh treatment that you have to go through. And I remember my clinician, my doctor, telling me that you are my textbook patient, because after the third chemotherapy, patients come and tell me that please discontinue the chemotherapy. We want to die rather than taking any chemos. And once they start coming every given time, the kind of they come as such, they are very low in energy. They need a wheelchair to come. Whereas I would always ask my oncologist, when is my next chemo? Okay, so he's like, You are the one who's very strange, who's checking with me when is my next chemo. And you walk in with such a strong and positive aura. You don't look, there is a patient which is walking inside my chamber, you know. So he's like, what is this all about? So I told him, apart from my medical treatment that I am taking, I'm also having my pranic healing being done by, pranic healers on me. And that is where my physical healing, my mental healing is all accelerating. This journey of my life gave me a lot of learning, Supriti, where I realized that whatever I have experienced and the way I have bounced back in my life again today, when I meet people, not many people can even realize that, say about 8 years ago, I was a kind of a person in that kind of a journey and then survived and came forward and didn't end there. I kept continuing in my professional journey and growing in my family responsibility, in my spiritual path. This is where I really realized that I cherish pranic healing. And if I can help even couple of souls that can transform their life the way I have transformed my life, the person I was emotionally or mentally, and the way I am physically now, in spiritual aspects, in terms of my growth aspects which have come, I can say I didn't choose the path. Everything came in my life at the right time, in the divine order. And that was something very right for me. I think that's very important, that you have to trust the process and you have to go with the flow. And that's what happened. And I think this is where I really cherish my pranic healing journey. And hence, I encourage people not only to be a pranic healer, but also enjoy this meditation journey, because it gives you tremendous answers and a lot of good vibrations and vibes that you become a source in creating in your house, that positivity. Definitely, when you're creating a positive environment, what are you going to attract? You're going to attract positive things only in your life. So everything around you will slowly start changing. And you will be surprised, or after a few months, you will see this is the same place. These are the same people in my life, but I am different. And situation and people around me have changed. You start attracting right situation. We start attracting right souls in our life. We start attracting the right decisions in our life. So plus your intuitive powers also start growing as such. And you can see that you've evolved to be a very, very different person while you are doing, this journey. So yeah, these are some lovely cherishing moments of my being a pranic healer I have to share.
Thank you so much, Ms. Anuradha. That was a deep down discussion, I would say, which and a great experience which you have shared. That is too personal, but yes, with any of the viewers, even a single cancer survivor doing some sort of meditation, he or she could relate to you. Like the kind of aura which you have, the kind of positivity which you have right now after doing all the twin heart meditation and the pranic meditations, and like giving that positivity to the world. So that is all the blessings which you have now. Yeah. So I will jump to my next question for now. Like, you are a mother, you are a homemaker, you are a cancer survivor, like a wife, a professional leader, and a pranic healer, Reiki practitioner, tarot healer, and a reader. So how do you how do you get inspired, or I would say that what inspired you to be a tarot reader now in your journey ahead? So what motivates you in this particular journey of tarot reading and healing?
So I'll just share with you, when I was a little girl of about say 12 or 13, that moment itself felt that intuitively I could sense or feel some things that would, happen around. Like I remember my father, he wanted to start a business. And then he was just having a discussion, and I just made a mention to my father that I feel perhaps you must not consider doing this. But what happens many a times that because at the age of 12, you are considered okay, all right, fine, okay. But then he went ahead because he had many other people in the family, elders, and everyone said no, he should do it. He went ahead. The results and the outcomes were not very much as he was expecting. That's where he sat down and he started connecting dots, that not only on this aspect of my decision of doing business, but in many areas I have seen my child telling many things which just comes to her. And even my relatives and everyone would say that she says, and those things really happen. She's able to do it. So that's where my father realized that there is some kind of a gift in my child which is there. And I am not a religious person at all. I am quite a spiritual person. I don't believe into hardcore religious rituals or practices. I am more kind of a spiritual person. So I would even go down to my friends, joining them to a church, or if they are going to a dargah, I will go along with them as such. But what I realized is that when I got into meditations, basically, it gave me a very neutral approach, a very unbiased approach when I started blessing every humankind on this earth, because I realized that we are all created by the creator, by the divine. And that is where I realized deeper purpose of myself and my inclination towards it. So while I was in this journey of intuitively listening to my inner voice, and as the guidance was going of me being my pranic healer also, and when I started with it, I did all my courses. I did my basic, my advanced, my psychotherapy, my arhatic, my crystal healings, everything. Gradually, during the journey of this, I would come across many people who would come down, ask me few things, and I would be able to give them some prediction or some guidance. Then there was a friend of mine who made a mention to me that I have a feeling that with the kind of the experience you hold, on parenting, because, sometimes they would have children where they get stuck, and they would come to me, and I would talk to the child or talk to the parent and help them come out of the situation. So she said that with that kind of spiritual experience, the kind of the positivity you have, the kind of the guidance you give, things work well with us. So she's the one, in fact, who told me that why don't you pick up a tarot card reading as a your profession or as a venture for yourself. So at that moment, I just heard, I smiled at her. I said, let me see. So is there, when I just sat down and I was just reflecting on the discussions she had done. I said, okay, fine, let me find this answer through my meditation. So while I was doing my Twin Hearts meditation, there is a 3-minute silence when you get in your meditation. It's a master guided meditation.
Yes.
So after 9 times we chant the mantra Om, there is a 3 minutes of silence which comes. Then is where I felt this is something there for me. There is something there for me, not just as a reader, but it is there for me as a healer, whereby I am getting a divine guidance where I can help many people in this journey, where they can see guidance from me and I can help them to come out, to find solutions and show them the path, wherein if I can help even few people in their life to change with the challenges or with the confusions or problems that they are going through, I think I have met, my objective of being in this physical body in this incarnation. So it is more important that I make my karmic balance, accumulated in the upper side than in the bank balance, which is physically required, which is good enough. But I think there is a bigger picture and a deeper picture through it, which we need to see. And when I started this, I noticed I was naturally connecting. There was nothing that I have done before or after, but when I started doing it, it is with a natural flow. It started connecting. And that's where, I realized that when I was helping people, or when I was, doing these sessions, I realized that people were able to find, their answers and, things like when they come to me. So I'll give you an, example. Like I had somebody who had come to me in terms of a relationship. So they are like, the lady was like, I'm very depressed. And I had a breakup with my boyfriend. I'm not able to, really overcome. And the lady was like, can I have a reading from you as such, whether, that person will, again come back in my life or not. So as a reader, my duty is to help her with the right question. So I told her, it is more important for you to understand what was the learning for you as to why that relationship failure has happened. Second, you should stop feeling guilty that, you had a failure in relationship. Every human being, there is no single person who said that they have never failed in life. When you fail is when you learn. And when you learn, you grow. When you grow, you evolve. So understand what the tarot guidance is trying to help you. So ask the right question, take this guidance. And with that, today she's found a very good soul who's come in her life, and she's like, I'm so grateful to you that you could tell me. Otherwise, she was dwelling in the past. She was not trying to see what is there in her present. She needs to change to make a future come through. And I was able to do this, through the card guidance. And at the end of it, since we are, also healers, I could tell her some techniques and some solutions in addition to it, whereby the energy of her can change and she can attract the right people, the right situation into her life. So I think, yeah, it's very important that in this journey of tarot that we go through, we come across people, but it is very important that also we help them through the tarot card reading as to what kind of right questions they can ask, or how they can come forward. So this has naturally flown into my life, and that's how I chose to be a tarot card reader and a healer, because yes, I'm passionate about it, and it gives me immense happiness when I'm able to give anybody a relevant or a helpful path, or a what do you say, guidance. So yeah, it is quite satisfying, and that's where it was motivational for me to take up this journey.
Okay, great. So what I found from your conversation, Miss Anuradha, was that you were already a spiritual person in your journey since your childhood, and that particular process, you kept on moving, you kept on moving, you kept on listening to your intuitions and your inner voice, and you have that particular feeling to help others, because that particular feeling only like asks yourself or you to learn more, to learn or attain more learnings or a new vision towards tarot. Your inclination towards tarot was because you were already there in the process. Your friend obviously guided you further, or she was just one of the instruments, but you
exactly, she was perhaps one of the channel
yes.
who came, because I think God always choose someone as an instrument to send some message.
Yes.
Then it's on to us whether we catch that information coming to us, perhaps, or not.
Thank you so much for answering this question, and I am even blessed to have you on this particular show, on a chit chat with you, having a good cherishable time with you right now. Okay, so like, what is tarot all about? If I want to know from you, or any of the viewers wants to know in general, what is tarot all about, and how can it help a common man or a woman to get out of his or her struggles? As you rightly said, the question which you just or the example which you just shared for that particular female who met a good soulmate, but yes, in a whole, how can tarot relate to a common man? If somebody is new to tarot, so how can he or she relate to that?
So I think tarot card reading or a guidance or a healing is a very, very beautiful process. It's extremely important that when you choose in your life to take the guidance, the cards helps you to give the right prediction. You have to trust the process completely, because again, as I made a mention, that when I wanted to choose this as a as my path, I had someone who told me I had this hidden abilities in me, but perhaps I wouldn't have done myself had someone not come and told me that, look, these are the next steps you should think and take, and this perhaps could be a positive journey for you. So likewise, a tarot card reading is a very, very beautiful journey. You have to trust the process, because it's where, when somebody is confused in life, or when you're seeking for guidance, so a tarot card healing or a tarot card guidance helps the person to understand, to receive the right answers, whereby the tarot card reader helps you to formulate. If you are very transparent and open to tell the opposite person as to what kind of a situation you are, then we can help the person to have the right answers coming in the formula in a particular format. So before I actually go into more detail, let us understand the benefits. First of all, what the tarot card reading has. So once we are doing a tarot card reading, the first important thing, there are 7 benefits. The first benefit is that Tarot card reading helps the person to get a proper insight and self-reflection. So if a person has come to a tarot card reader, the person must understand that the cards are going to give the person some kind of inner reflection, which many a times we fail of looking our perspectives in life as such. So that comes as a help. Second, it also helps you to give you a clarity and decision making. There are some times when we are very confused, like, should I do a business or should I do a job? Should I do a X thing or should I do a Y thing? There are a lot of stage where we are very confused, or we have a lot of external and internal forces colliding between us. At such moment, there's no harm to take a help. Today people feel shy, or they feel it is below their esteem, or their ego, to approach a tarot card reader to say, bhai mujhe bataiye ki meri kya path hai. There's no harm to take a guidance. It's always good, because if a guidance can help to give you a clarity in terms of decision making, in terms of your any ambition or goal that you have in your personal life, in terms of your career or your business or your health or towards your relationship, why not? So that's a second important thing, that the tarot card reading can help a person when they consider it. The third thing is, the person himself who comes for such reading can have a personal growth and empowerment, because the cards are so beautiful that the card always will give you the right answer. You have to believe that, because it is done through a process of invocation and the cards being completely charged, and then they will give you the right guidance. So whatever guidance comes, it helps you to have a personal growth and a development for yourself, and empower you. Okay, yes, I can do this and I can move forward. And another fourth important thing is, sometimes it is very important that you need a validation or a confirmation from a third person. Like in an organization, you have an audit, we know we are doing good, but we still want a third party to come and give us an accreditation logo of, you are being NABH or you are a JCI accredited organization in the healthcare especially. Why? It's because we need third person to come and validate that we are doing the right thing. Likewise, sometimes we know we are right, but if the third person is also validating through the divine source and through the help of the reading, it helps your journey to go with more confidence. You're not confused then, you have a clarity, because whatever thoughts we create are going to form into your action. If it is you're confused and you do not believe in your ability, then we are going to create blockages and we are going to create obstacles for ourselves. So remove them. There's no harm to take a tarot card reading and get a guidance as to what a card is trying to tell you, where you have the ability, but try to take a validation and you can grow yourself. And the most important thing is, the fifth point is exploration of possibilities. There are so many possibilities when you start this reading that comes to your way. Like I do for myself, every day I shuffle, I open a card, I see, okay, what is there for me today? I find many a times a multiple possibilities which comes to me, and that really charges me. Okay, fine, today my day is going to be like this. Okay, good, all right. It can be a positive guidance, it can also be a negative guidance, whatever it is, but I am prepared, doesn't matter, but at least guidance has come to me. I can be a little more careful. I know there's going to be a bump there, so I can go a little careful slowly, though I may have a little bit of up and down weave, but good. So you have to be very open-minded. If you're very open to receive the communication coming to you through a tarot card reading, it definitely will give you an exploration of the possibilities. And very important is emotional. The sixth and important thing is the emotional support. Many a times there are people who are afraid of not telling many things that they are going through or they want to do in life, either with their parents or with their spouses or with children or friends, because they will be judged, they will be ridiculed, they will be criticized. All right. So what happens is, a person can go through a lot of emotional imbalance. It sets into your mind completely. And then you are forming such kind of a cloud around you, you really don't know where to go. As such, it can lead you to a depression. You have the ability, but it is suppressed. You see, you might have to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist or things like that, because you're not able to vent out your emotions very honestly or very openly. That's where when you reach to a tarot card reader, it's where it will help you to have an emotional healing, because those cards based on your situation will tell you what kind of a support or a guidance is coming your way, and what kind of a healing can come to your way to come out of this completely as such. And the last and most important thing is the spiritual connection. So because in our life, it is very important that we believe the universe is always there with us. Universe uses various ways as such, with people, with books, with pictures, or with any zones that you're connected in your life, which comes to you as a prediction or a guidance to your way. A tarot card reading is a similar thing. It might tell you that you need to evolve yourself spiritually more. The more a spiritual cord is connected very well with the divine, you are grounded, you're strong, your willpower is good. You will see gradually in your life you come to a path there where you are internally able to move yourself ahead. And that's where the tarot card reader comes into the picture, with the help of the cards, helping the person who's come to a person for a reading to grow their own internal abilities, so their dependency on others is completely gone, and they can have a beautiful life ahead in all aspects. So in nutshell, these are 7 important things how anybody can take a benefit through a tarot card reading. And we as a tarot card reader can frame the right questions for them, and also give them some techniques and some healing if required, in where we feel intuitively it is important. So like when I do with as you were saying, that how you can help a common people with tarot card reading. So I'll give you an example. When somebody is coming to us as a tarot card readers, we can help them to put up the right question. So I had a couple who had come to me, and they told me that we've been trying from overseas for very long and it's not happening. So can you please tell us whether we will go to US or not? So I told them, it's very nice that you're planning your growth opportunity collectively together at overseas. Why not we put up in this way, that what are the blockages or what are the obstacles which are coming for 2 years in your way, which is not making your journey to go over there? They're like, yeah, this didn't come to our mind. I said, let's do the reading that way then. So when with that thing we did the reading, their cards were just beautiful, and they realized that yes, there was something for them to do, where they were creating some blockages and obstacles, which is very important for them to clear. And eventually later also they became pranic healers, and they are arati couples now, actually speaking. So I think that's very beautiful that the couple has benefited in terms of we giving the kind of the guidance which is required. So any common person who come to us, as I told you, in relationship, in terms of their career, or even in terms of whatever situation they are coming. I'll tell you an example of a person again on a spiritual path, because very few people will come with that kind. So I had a lady who said that I really don't know that at this point I have too much of spiritual aspects which I am running around. I am going for X journey, Y journey, X journey. I don't want to name anybody. She was going to many foundations of spirituality, and she says, I am not able to find any answers. Do you tell me I have an answer in a pranic healing or something, because you're a pranic healer? I said, I don't think that's the right way. Looking, just because I'm a pranic healer, I say that pranic healing is the right modality is not right. I said, you have to validate for yourself. So if you have come to me for a guidance, you should ask the question, what is the sole purpose of yours, of being in this lifetime? What is your mission? What is your vision of your soul? Ask this question and the cards will give you answer. And her cards just came relative. All the people whomever I have given the tarot card guidance, I'm really glad I've got their testimonials, either in writing or their video testimonials, or some who are shy, doesn't make a matter. But what is more important is that they have found the reading very relevant, extremely helpful. It has helped them to move in their life in a positive direction. And I think as a tarot card reader, that is what our objective is, that we want to be a channel, and when we do the reading, we intuitively have that flowing in that process, in the session that comes to us, and we tell them what is right for them. Our duty is to show the path. Like you take the horse and say you drink the water. You can't force the horse to drink the water, right? Likewise, when someone comes to us for a reading, through the cards, we can tell them what is the prediction, what is the guidance, what is the plan of action they must take. But to move on that and to believe in it and do it consistently and persistently, what is required for them is the hands of the opposite person. If they do, they will be amongst few people, as I gave you example, who have benefited in their life. But if you just take the reading and then just leave it away, You don't follow the guidance which has come to you, the predictions that has come to you. You cannot, if you find happiness, then you can just blame the reader. I went to the reader, but I did not get any help. But did you realize, okay, did you do some inner reflection? Did you meditate? That reader did tell you some homework also, right? Did you do that homework? You found that that homework was, like time taking. If you don't have 15-20 minutes in for yourself after 24 hours to do something which is required at the end of the session, where someone is giving you, where your life can completely change. So then who's responsible? So we can take two paths. Either we can feel happy about blaming the other person, or we can choose, yes, accepting and realizing by doing inner reflection, yes, I was told, but I missed. Okay, now is the time. Let me get up, try this, do it, and move forward. So when we do tarot card reading, as a reader, we can guide the person. But again, the reading will differ from a person to person, because it is also on the opposite person how they take it. That's how it is.
So thank you, Miss Anuradha. I am really blessed and I am cherished to have a great journey ahead. And this was a beautiful show which you had right now with me. So I am also a tarot healer, and I have great support from you, Anuradha. Thank you so much. I hope all the viewers get benefited from this, and we will come live soon again. So as of now, I am cutting it short. But yes, for now, that is all from both of us, and with lots of blessings to all of you in the world. So take care.
And it's a beautiful day. So it's a friendship day. So I think it's a beautiful energy day.
Happy friendship to all of you. Yes.
Yeah. So happy friendship day for everyone.
Yeah.
And have a blessed day ahead. Thank you so much, Supreeti, for inviting me and having this session with you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you.
Right then. Bye-bye.